for me,
Yeah.
as I was beginning to deconstruct, again, it
Mm.
didn't change my belief in God. It made me
Sure.
question the Bible and how it was presented.
Hmm.
But then there was just so much fear. And I think that's why I kept my mouth shut about it for so long, is there was just so much fear that what if I'm wrong? What if I'm right? What, just there was just a lot of confusion. So it created a lot of fear. And it even stirred up a lot of um I don't know, just a lot of questions. And I've been a Christian, if you want to say, as far back as I can remember. It is the
Sure.
essence of who I have been. Um, but there was just
Great.
so much fear that maybe I'd make God mad, or
Mm.
just my whole belief system. It's really scary to all of a sudden have this belief system that you've had for so many years. Even though I will say there were things along, and this is what made me question it. There were things along the way where I really kind of questioned. I was like, ooh, that doesn't sit well with me, but I kept my mouth shut
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
But even when I got to that point where I decided, okay, I need to take a step back and I need to figure this out, there was so much fear. And I
Yeah.
think a lot of that was probably confusion and
Sure.
just not understanding what I was going through, one,
Yeah.
and two, what it meant and how I, like you say, how I'm going to come out of this the other side. And I had nobody helping me.
Yeah. Yeah, I like where you're coming from on that, and I do appreciate a discussion on fear because it's very relevant to most people's journeys through deconstruction. And I think where I see it being the most relevant is maybe on two angles. On the onset of a deconstruction, there's a profound amount of fear for most people surrounding what the implications of
Yeah.
allowing themselves to even think this way could be. I often hear people who are very afraid of losing their support group,
Yeah.
a support network. I myself was terrified I would lose my family.
Hmm.
People are, a lot of that is characterized by fear. And then after the fact, there can be lingering fears for some time that you're wrong. What if I'm wrong? And what if I'm going to hell, etc. And so first of all, I want to normalize that idea that if there's a lot of fear in your journey, you're in good company. That's a very, very common experience. And I also think it's worth stepping outside of deconstruction for a minute. And if we want to view this from a God perspective, um, think about a parent. Okay, why do you want to have a relationship with your mom or your dad, ideally, or even just picture a good what you would view as a good parent, right? Is it fear that motivates you to have a relationship with them? And if it is that a healthy relationship?
Yeah.
And so I think it's worth examining the motives for keeping you in a religion. And if you are motivated to retain a belief in God or retain participation in your religion because you experience genuine religious fulfillment from being there,
Yeah.
you enjoy the community, it enriches your life, etc., then that's probably a healthy way to interact with religion. But if you are just terrified that you're going to go to hell if you don't keep doing this, that's not a healthy setup. I don't care what anybody tells you. That doesn't sound like a loving parent to me that would just want to scare the crap out of me
Yeah.
into staying with them. And so I also think it's worth exploring with people. All right, where is that fear coming from exactly? Right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
kind of take it from there. But yeah, that fear is very 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 consistent.